into a new year. Into a new year. Some crossed over complaining. Some crossed over the same way they left the old year. And the Lord said, no, this is a new season. This is a new day. Fresh anointing is coming my way. So therefore, we want to welcome, we want to say Facebook, we want to hit like, we want you to share it. We're still trying to get used to this Facebook, talking to what's called an iPad and all of that good stuff, but it's well. But as long as you get the word, I want you to get the word, and not only get the word, but I want you to apply the word. But we count it indeed a privilege and an honor to be in the house of God. Every time the Lord's house is open there, we better count our blessings, And so with that being said, there we're in a new year there, and Heart of God, we have every year the Lord gives me, probably in September, October, He gives me a prophetic theme for the new year, for the next year. And so our prophetic theme for Heart of God and Apostolic Ministries is the year of divine alignment and the fulfillment of His promises. So how many of us know that this is your year? Amen. Come on, listen, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what it looks like. This is your year. And can I let you in on something? When you tell God, and you're telling it, and you're declaring it in a confident way, not in an arrogant way. Come on now. Listen. The Lord loves to fulfill His promises there. So this is the year of divine alignment and the fulfillment of His promises. Many of God's promises that He has made to you and to me, and the over 7,000 promises that are in the Bible, many of them are going to be fulfilled beginning this year and for the next decade, for the next 10 years. Come on now. For all the years of the 20s, 20, 21, 22, 23. Listen, there's getting ready to be a fulfillment of His promises. Promises that you experienced back in 1970 and 1980. Come on now. You got to understand the divine alignment. God operates, the Holy Spirit operates and can only operate in divine alignment. So I want to focus in on tonight, and it really hit me there. Focus in on the divine alignment with the right place. Say the right place. The right place. And the understanding of the importance of divine placement. So I'm going to be talking about place and placement. Place, placement, and assignment. Now, I want y'all to catch this now. So we're going to really have to increase and ask God to open up our eyes of understanding and in order for us to receive the revelation. So we must understand that God only operates in divine alignment. He cannot, the Holy Spirit cannot operate out of alignment. It's almost like, and I like riding go-karts when we go to Branson there. I like riding on go-karts. I like riding certain things there. And when it gets out of place, you can feel it. Come on now. When our tire, or our car tire, or our bicycle tire gets on a flat, it's out of alignment from the rim, and you can feel the bumps and the bruises. You can feel the metal. Come on now. So in other words, what am I saying? God can only operate in divine alignment. He cannot do anything outside of divine alignment. Come on, y'all sticking with me? Are you sticking with me? So let me put it to you this way. So if you're running your race to win, how many of us run to win? None of us are running not to win. None of us are running just to be running. So if you're running your race to win, you have to be in divine alignment. Why are you running? Why are you running? So you have to be in alignment if you're running a race to win with the right place. Come on now. And you got to catch this. You got to catch it. Have you ever known, okay, and some of us say, well, hey, I know this is where I'm supposed to be. I know this is a job for me. I know this, and how you know is you prosper in it. Come on. So in other words, translation, that's divine alignment. You're in the right place. Come on now. Place is very important. Placement is very important. You have to be in the right place and the right placement in order for divine alignment to take place. Come on, stick with me. So if you're running your race to win, you have to be in divine alignment with the right place. And many of y'all may be asking the question, why? placement is very important to God. The Holy Spirit never does anything out of place or either out of placement. Jesus said, I'm here to do the will of my Father. He was in his proper place. Jesus never overrode his Father. He never tried to take the place of his Father. Come on now. He stayed in his proper place and his proper position. Oh, come on, stick with me, y'all. Let me let you in on something, Facebook. We got to catch this. Places are a key part of divine interruption. Places are a key part of divine interruption. A key part of kairos. Woo, come on now. Places. Right place, right time, right moment. Have to be in the right place, the right time, and the right moment. Come on now. In order for you and I to fulfill our destiny. Come on, please stick with me. We are in the year of divine alignment. Notice I never said the fulfillment of his promise first. Because the fulfillment of his promise cannot ever be fulfilled until we are first in divine alignment. Now listen, let's don't equate that to the church. Are you in right alignment with your job, in your relationships? Come on now. Are you in right divine? Now a lot of people say, I am in alignment, but just because you're in alignment, that don't mean that it's divine alignment. And many of us there, we align ourselves with what the things that we want, we feel, who we want to be. Come on, but if it's not divine, come on, you get ready to learn something. If it's not divine, it's not going to fulfill itself. You got to catch it. I was outside today and I was getting some stuff out of my car and I began to just look at my shrubs there. And that one shrub, and then the revelation, God had given me this revelation, that one shrub that I thought was growing, it started out really nice and one of the stems it budded real good. But then it died. The Lord gave me the revelation today. I looked over there and I looked at it. And the Lord said, you're going to have to pull it out because it's not divinely aligned. That's good. It may look like it's going to live, but it's dying. It's dead. Some of us are in alignment, but it's not divine alignment, and it looks like it's right. But it's soon going to die. Please stick with me. So in order to have a life-changing moment of destiny, you'll have four components. Destiny. Alignment produces destiny. Alignment fulfills the promises. Four components of a life-changing moment of destiny. Right time, right people, right place, and right thing. In order for you and I to fulfill our destiny in God, it has to be the right time, right people, right place, and right thing. Please catch this. And now there's some things that we don't have control over. We cannot always do much about the timing. And the subject of timing pertains to the anointing of the sons of Issachar. Did y'all catch that? They knew the signs of the time. All right? We're going deeper. And so therefore I can't talk about the sons of Issachar right now. I'm going to teach that at a later time. But you must understand that places are special. Say, places are special. Places are special. Can I let you in on something that God cares about? Places. Come on. The divine alignment, place and placement. Please catch that. So God cares about places, and he divinely appoints specific things to happen at his chosen location. I got the word to back me up. Now, let's think about it in the Bible. It says this. Examples in the Bible which places held a key role in the launching of persons in his or her destiny. Let me give it to you. Mary had to be at Bethlehem. She had to be at the house of bread. She could not deliver her son, Jesus, the baby, outside of Bethlehem. Please catch this. So she had to be at the house of bread in order to birth her destiny. Not only was it she had to be at Bethlehem for the birth of her son, but in order for her destiny to be fulfilled. Did y'all catch it? The place is very important not only for your destiny, but for the destiny of others who are attached to you. Y'all better catch it, please. So she had to be there in order to birth her destiny, which was to become the mother of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Let's talk about Jacob. Jacob had to be at Bethel, the house of God and the gate of heaven, in order to see the ladder to heaven that was there. I'm giving you scriptures. I'm giving you parables. Hannah had to be at the tabernacle of Shiloh in order to receive the blessings of the high priest Eli, which produced her son Samuel in her womb. Place is very important to God. The Bible says to everything there's a time and a season. But time and season also includes place. Boy, y'all making me. How about David? David had to be at the valley of Elah that day in order to hear the giant mocking the Lord, to which he responded, "Is there not a cause?" Come on. So David had to hear the giant making fun of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Come on, you better catch this. He said, "Is there not a cause?" and declared that this uncircumcised Philistine would not conquer against the armies of the Lord. Then he backed up his declaration of victory with divinely empowered actions and delivered Israel from Philistines' intimidation. Sometimes you gotta hear the worst news. Sometimes you gotta hear bad news. But it's all a part of the divine alignment. It's not an accident that you and I are going through some things. It's all a part of your divine alignment. Come on. Jesus. So how God, you got to understand, Facebook, you must understand that it is important to understand and know that places and placement matters. The physical place, I believe the Holy Spirit is emphasizing more than ever in this season. We stepped over into the year 2020. The physical place is the house of God. What bewilders me is people don't want to be in the house of God, but you want divine blessings. But you don't want to be in the place. You don't want to be in the house of Bethel. You don't want to be in the house of God. But you want His blessings. You want to do what you want to do, but still want God to give you His divine blessings. He said, I can't. There's a barrier. He said, because why? You are out of divine alignment. So this physical place is the house of God. It's the house of God, which is your church and my church. Divine alignment is very essential in God's kingdom. He cannot operate outside of divine alignment. Now let's learn about something. How many of us want to continue to increase in our knowledge and understanding of the Word of God? So now let's learn about understanding the importance of divine placement and alignment. We must, unless we understand the importance of it, it would never have much value to us. That's the reason why people church hop don't mean nothing. And then they wonder why they're still hopping. Because they are out of alignment, and because they couldn't sit still in the place where they're supposed to be, because they didn't want to submit. Come on now, they don't want to be corrected. So I'll go somewhere else where I can do what I want to do. But listen, there's a cap on your blessing. There's a cap on your blessing. There's a limitation on your blessing. Because remember, the Holy Spirit cannot operate. He cannot bless out of divine alignment. Are we catching this? So understanding the importance of divine placement and alignment. Let me tell you what a position is. A position is a place, location, attitude, posture in which you or I take or make a stand, establish a point of view. Come on now. Establish a principle, or make a decision. That's my position, and I stand for that. So, as believers, you and I, as believers, we must always be in proper position. We must be properly positioned and aligned in order to receive and walk in the fullness of God that He has for our life. We must be in proper position. I went to the chiropractor today. I go every week. When I was younger, I didn't see the benefit of a chiropractor. Now that I'm older, it's keeping me in alignment. Some of y'all still not catching that. So he asked me, my doctor asked me, he said, how you been feeling? I said, I've been feeling pretty good. Been feeling pretty good. And the reason is because he's aligning me every week. Now, it's very interesting. I observe what he does. So he has me sit on the bed and do all this. He cranked up this thing, and I'm like, what's all that for? All I know is that it works. So I began to observe, but then he had me lay on the gurney thing, and then he said, stretch one leg down, bend the other leg, turn it back, and then I hear pop every time. Doesn't hurt. But I get up feeling good. So he said, I'm keeping you in alignment. In the natural, I'm getting the blessings and the benefits of this weekly chiropractic alignment. That's good. I'm trying to give us some examples. So when he puts my spine back in position. That's what come on, in simple terms. So you must understand that when you take a position, you're taking a position to make a decision. Come on now. To make a point of view. Come on now. Some of us have a position of attitude. Come on now. So as believers, we must always be properly positioned. And we must always be properly aligned in order to fulfill to walk in the fullness of God, what God has for our life. All right? So we must, in the natural, so in the spirit, we must be spiritually positioned for what God endeavors to do. And many of us are not walking in our true calling because we're not in spiritual position. We're not. So the Lord said, listen, because you're out of divine alignment, I can't do what I desire to do through you. So spiritual positioning is when we are truly established in that place of our God-ordained spirit. Come on now. Whether physical or spiritual. With a godly attitude. Some of us may be in the position, but we got a bad attitude. Some of us may be in the spirit, in the position, but we're thinking more highly of ourselves than what we ought to. Listen, I got all kinds of degrees, and I praise God. But listen, I got student loans to show for it too. But listen, those degrees don't mean nothing as it compares to my position with God. Are you catching that? So some of us are in this position, but the Lord said, listen, you're not in the right position. You may be in the position, but you got a bad attitude. So in other words, so when you are in a physical position or even in a spiritual position, but other areas of your life is out of alignment, it's still not going to work. Are we catching it? The year of divine alignment. Say it's time to get a checkup. So we must understand, saints of God. So in other words, your positioning in life, my positioning in life, especially as a believer. How many believers we have in the house? Especially as a believer determines a great deal of your success and victory and defeat. Your position, you got to examine your position. You must examine. Are you more defeated or are you more successful? See, we never equate the two. Divine alignment is very important. And by me going to the chiropractor, the Lord gave me that revelation. Listen. He's keeping your body in alignment. To function. To be able to get up. And not be stiff. Come on, saints of God. Are we catching this? So it's very important that we understand, saints of God, that positioning is a big deal to God. Don't think that it's not positioning is a big deal with God, to God. So every time God calls you, every time God gives you an assignment or accomplishes things in your life, He first addresses your placement. He ain't going to address nothing else. He first addresses your placement and positioning, meaning the way you think, the way your emotional state is, your mindset, and whether you're located or where you're located or planted. He said, first of all, I got to make sure you're stable. You're fit for the job. It's no different than what the world does. They check your resume out. Are you fit for the job? The Holy Spirit addresses your placement and yours in my position. The way we think, our emotional state, our mindset, and where we are located at this point in time. Where you're planted. You can be gifted and in the wrong house. And you're dying. You can love the Lord but out of position and you're not progressing. But you're catching it. And then we got some who are gifted and think that gift is going to get them there. You're still out of place. Because you got the wrong attitude. When you think more highly of yourself, that humility is the way. Come on. Are you catching it? So this is what God said. Before I address any assignment with you, I gotta do a mental, spiritual, and physical examination on you. Okay, all right. They just not, the army, the military is not letting anybody in no more like that. Everybody in anymore. They take a physical test, a competency test, a mental test. Are y'all catching that? To see if they're fit for the position. Are you catching it? So this is what the Lord says. He said, before I will give you assignment, I got to make sure you're fit. And God has to adjust and make these areas be fitting to Him, not to you, before He does anything in our lives on our behalf. He said, oh, I see Pastor Nero's out of balance right there. I'm going to delay that promotion. I'm going to delay that position because she's not there. He said, and it's for her good. Right. But I can't go out of my divine will. Right. I can't go out of a divine alignment. I don't care how humble she is. I don't care how given she is. But if I'm not physically, emotionally, spiritually fit, He will delay it. He said, because then if I allow her to go into that outside of the alignment, it's gonna affect everybody. It's gonna have a domino effect. So that means everybody's riding on the curb instead of driving straight. Are you catching that? Are you getting it? So now let's talk about what is divine placement and alignment. Are you getting something out of this? What is divine placement and alignment? Divine placement is the spirit God puts in us or calls us to in Him and in His thing, or His things in the spiritual or physical realm to accomplish an assigned purpose. It's a spirit that God puts in us, you and I, or calls us to in Him and His thing. Nothing is never about us. It's never about you and I. It's never about, well, what you want? God, I want you to do this for me. No. He has to please Himself first. That's the divine alignment. He said, wait a minute. That calls us to in Him are His things in the spiritual physical realm to accomplish an assigned purpose. Yes. Divine alignment is an assignment. Yes. That's powerful. Divine alignment is an assignment. We cannot complete an assignment until we are in divine alignment. Are we catching this? So divine placement and position can come in the form of a direction or in the form of a word of the Lord given given to a leader or a church that defines the vision, and I'm giving it to you, and a call, setting us apart to a specific work. Are y'all catching this? We got to stop being self-absorbed. We want God to do everything else. But listen, you and I have a purpose and a place and a position not for ourselves. It's for somebody else. Are we catching that? Are y'all getting this thing? It can come with you being sent to a region. We have some people that, okay, I'm only here, I'm traveling. Oh, the Lord is leading me now to Africa. The Lord is leading me to Asia. And I know some people like that. So they know they're walking in their divine alignment and their divine assignment. And they're walking by faith. It ain't as if like they got the money like that, they raised the money. But they are walking in their divine assignment. So we must understand that it can also come with God directing you to be planted in a church. It bewilders me when people cannot be stable. How do you expect to get a stable blessing when you're constantly hopping? Come on. You got to understand divine alignment is very strategic. Divine alignment, what's that thing that I was growing up getting? Pogo stick. So therefore we had to move with the stick. You don't know nothing about it, you're too young. You know what I mean? With the pogo stick. You would try to control it. But then the pogo stick, if you move forward, you got to go with it. What am I saying? God is the pogo stick. We got to go with him. Are we catching this? Not saying you got to do it my way, God. You better do it my way. So this is what it's saying. Divine alignment is the process the Spirit of God embarks on to adjust us in the place, the word, the direction, the region, and the church where we are called to be placed, planted, and positioned. So divine alignment is the process the Spirit of God embarks on to adjust us. You're to be here. You're to be here. No, you don't do what you did last year. No, we're not going to do the same thing. See what I'm saying? David never used the same instrument to fight. And the reason why was because he was in divine alignment. He never got over cocky. He never got cocky. He said, well, I'm going to use the same instrument that I used to kill the Philistine. I'm going to use it to kill the bear. No. He said, Lord, how do you want me to proceed? How do you want me? What do you want me to use? Even when the king wanted to give him his armory, he said, no, it's not fit for me. And what may look stupid to others, how is the heart of God? How y'all 10 years old now? Yeah. Prosperous? Yes. Come on, y'all better catch it. Why? What's the secret? Divine alignment. Did y'all catch that? You better catch it. It says this. God has given us the earth as an assignment. Our assignments are on earth. He's given us that. Some of us are so spooky, we so in the air somewhere, this we're no earthly good. You better come out of that. He said, listen, that's why you're down here. You have an assignment. Are we catching this? So God has given us the earth as our assignment. However, there are areas in jurisdiction given to us by God on this where we have more authority. I know my lane. The Lord told me the Raytown area was our region. Was our mission field. I promise you. He said the Raytown area. He said, your church is going to be in Raytown. He said, you look for a building in Raytown. Let me tell you. I kept that. I told her. She was there in the beginning. Now, we started out in Lee Summit. So when I told some people that, some leaders that, and we in Lee Summit, then they tried to convince me. I thought you said God said. He did say. But his timing. Come on. Did I catch that? His timing says, in 18 months, you're going to move there. And not only was his timing, and we obeyed his timing, we were fruitful. We were able to relocate to our mission field area with a surplus, which he gave us a building that was mildew, that needed to be fixed up. But the timing, I told y'all, 18 months allowed us to receive our offering based on 3 or 5 people to $100,000. That was our 5 first 7 months. Our tithes and offering based on 5 people. Praise the Lord. You're not catching that. So some people say, I thought you said divine alignment. Why aren't you there? Why this? Why that? God's timing is always divine. And I never was moved by what man said. I stayed in alignment. Y'all better catch this. In 10 years, in 4 years, 5 years, 4 or 5 years. We launched in 2010. We bought that building in 2015. 2015. We renovated it. My point I'm trying to make is that God always blesses. He always increases. And because we did not move out of alignment, we were prosperous. He gave us more than enough. Y'all got to catch this. You got to catch it. So this is what the Lord is saying. He says this, some people can do well and be successful in one area and not in another area. I said all that to say is you got to stay in your lane. You can't be trying to do what somebody else is graced for, because you're out of alignment. You're out of divine alignment. So therefore, you got to know what your assignment is. You got to know your area. Because if you don't, there are areas God intends for us to be planted and positioned in, and when we are properly aligned, and if you're in the right area, you're going to bloom where you're supposed to be. You're going to bloom. You're not going to do like that shrubbery that I bought, and I planted myself. But I later found out it's not in the right position, it's not in the right place. Because that type of shrubbery, that type of plant is only most successful in another state, in another environment. I didn't know because I believed what they told me. Yeah, go ahead and plant it. Are you catching that? You're going to know if you're divinely in right position. Because the question is, are you flourishing? And a lot of times we blame everybody else when the Lord said, check yourself. Check yourself first. So God made places before he made people. God made places before he made people. You're going to understand this in a minute. I'm getting ready to close. Can I tell you that he blesses places before he blesses people? Catch it. It does not mean that people are not important to God. But before he can bless you, he got to bless the place. He blesses places before he blesses people. And you got to understand that he blesses places before he blesses us. Biblical example, I said it to you earlier. He blessed the Garden of Eden, and then he put Adam and Eve in it to keep it, to tend to it. Did you catch it? He blessed the land of Canaan, and then he tried to put the Israelites in there. He said, listen, I'm going to bless you. He said, go to the promised land. There's another for divine alignment before the fulfillment of his promise. Mm-hmm. But he already had blessed the land of Canaan. Because listen, the place has to be blessed before you can step into the blessing.
Come on.
Did you catch that? It has to be blessed. So God knows what he's doing. Everything is strategically divine. And everything has to be strategically aligned. This is something good, y'all. It's something good. Too many of us are just eating on sweets. I come to find out how much as I like sweets, but sweets is not always good for me. It's good while I'm eating it. But I have to deal with the effects of it. There's fake blessings. There's false blessings. There's temporary blessings. Are y'all getting it? Are y'all getting it? Come on. There's short-term blessings. But the question is, are you divinely blessed? So he blessed the Garden of Eden before he put Adam in to tend to it. Come on. He blessed the land of Canaan before he put the Israelites in there. Before he offered it, because everybody didn't step over it. Everybody didn't go. Everybody don't want a divine blessing. Did y'all catch that? It's too hard. I can't live right. Oh, I'm only human. Oh, the Lord said, this is divine. He said, when he said, I'll pour you out a blessing that you won't have room, that's a divine blessing. It's a divine blessing. What am I saying? I'm getting ready to close. Heart of God, Facebook. Your time of blessing and of coming into our own or your destiny is connected to a place. Translation. Those who are truly in covenant with this house, your blessings is through me. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being arrogant. Okay. The Bible said blessings flow from the head down. Maybe you'll connect that. Many of those who are truly connected and submitted in this house, your blessing's going to come through me. I'm going to decree that blessing. I'm going to speak that blessing into existence. If Jesus understood the principle of divine order, and Jesus understood that he could not go outside the will of his Father, come on, what makes you and I exempt from that? Jesus submitted to the divine order and the alignment of his Father, God the Father. Are you catching this? So your time of blessings and of coming into your own destiny is connected to a place, this house. So when you understand this truth, saints of God, it will change your life. Stop trying to run your pastor when the blessing goes through your pastor. Stop trying to control them. Stop talking about your leaders. Stop talking about, come on. Stop running them down. Come on now. Stop lying on them. Stop scared. If you have a disagreement, just got a disagreement. Handle it. Because you cursing your blessing. Divine alignment and the fulfillment of his promises. Truth drives out unbelief. That's why the Lord had me talk about it. I'm going to say it again. Truth drives out unbelief. I'm going to say it again. Truth drives out unbelief. So God always has time of blessings, time of promotion, of favor, and protection where you and I can be most fruitful in our life on this earth. Are you catching this? You gotta get it. I'm going to stop now. If you've been blessed, clap your hands. Next week, I'm going to pick up on the blessings of divine placement and alignment. The blessings.